Hey, my friends, what's going on? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And we happen to have an amazing guest on this morning for you guys. First time caller. Yes, first time guest. We always love when that happens. Her name's Katie. She is basically going to be explaining excuse me, what a softball game, a $5 challenge, and a viral reel taught her about freedom. Let's hear her side of the story. Katie, welcome to the show.
How are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey,
I love that title.
We're great. I'm great. We're excited to have you. So tell us what got you started in all of this in the first place.
Yeah. So I am a teacher. I was for 8 years. I was a teacher and a coach. And about a year and a half ago, teaching has changed. If you don't know, teaching has changed a lot, even over 8 years. I went through COVID and everything. And I was starting to feel that stressed out, burned out, all the things. And having conversations with my kids, I want to make sure that they are good students, and I want to make sure they find the good in their day and all those things. And I was with my son in the car, and I was asking him questions, and he turned it back on me and asked me, like, Mom, when are you going to do something that makes you happy? And that struck like that hurt. And it started to make me think that the stress that I was feeling was coming home. And when I talked to my husband about it, biggest supporter, that's where the softball came in. We met playing softball, but he was just like, if you need a change, go for a change. And it was him and my best friend that were actually sending me reels of people talking about making money online. And so they kind of started everything for me to kind of dive in and look into it. And I mean, it was a lot of, I could never do this. I could never make like an Instagram account. I couldn't make videos. I couldn't do that. But then I kind of put it back on myself. What do I teach my students every day? Like, I teach them that they can. If they say they can't, they can't. And so I kind of started to put myself back into learning mode. And about a year ago, I bought the challenge, and I went through that, and it took me a while to get started. I had all the excuses. And then it was in the summer last year that I saw Kim on Wake Up Legendary, and she said, pick a date and do it. And so that's what I did. And I started posting in August, and 2 Instagram accounts and a mastermind, and here I am. Oh.
What a story, and what a gift that your son gave you there with that challenge and that question.
Yeah.
I mean, was that as powerful for you as really you made that sound? Was that a defining moment for you when he said that? And did that really, you feel, hit you square between the eyes in a way that other things hadn't? And why do you think that was something? I mean, obviously kids say things all the time. Why do you think that time it mattered more?
I think it then made me reflect back to my childhood. And it's kind of crazy because when I went through the new challenge, lesson 4.5, so good, but it talks about being taught, like, we're the ways that we go. And it made me think back to I come from teachers. My mom's a teacher. My sister's a teacher. And I thought, okay, when she came home, and I love my mother. There's nothing against her. We had a great life. She came home, she went into her room, she watched her soap operas until it was time for dinner, made dinner. That was that. And I realized she needed that time. When you are a teacher, you pour yourself into those kids at school. And where I was teaching, there was a lot of families that I got called mom more oftentimes than I did at home because they needed me. And so when I'm pouring everything into that, when you go home, you're just drained and exhausted and you need that time away. And it made me realize that that was affecting my children and my purpose. God gave me those kids to be their mom. And although those kids that I was teaching need me as well, I was lacking on the mom end. Uh, and so that's where it really hit me. And I realized I need to make a change because I'm not able to separate this, because you're not only mentally drained, you're physically drained, you're all the things. And I saw how it was then affecting my home life with my kids and my husband, even though I didn't see it before. But when he said that, the fact that I hadn't told him I was stressed, I hadn't told him I had a hard day, I was putting on my good mom front of doing all the asking the questions, and he turned it back on me. And I mean, that kid, my oldest, I learned a lot from him.
How old?
He's 11 now. Yeah.
I have a 9-year-old, and I swear, I mean, similar things come out of her mouth, and obviously I feel very blessed. Our kids are like a mirror for us. I mean, I have very honest kids.
Yes.
Very honest kids. And I think we all do. And I think that's beautiful when you actually don't take that away from children, but instead encourage that and be willing to take feedback from a 11-year-old. Wow, what a concept.
Yeah.
You know, that really is, I mean, who better to listen to? And so often we do ignore or shush or hush these little voices, or even these other voices, our partner voices, friend voices. I mean, it really, we get very hyped up in this business and in entrepreneurship about discounting everybody, or always assuming that everybody is hating on us or not supporting us. But in reality, the majority of people in your life probably do love and support you, may not know how. That could have very easily been taken as a rude little shit. I can't believe he said that. Even backhanded. I could see in some instances, or in some perhaps generations, where a comment like that would have gotten you a something.
Yep.
Something.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, you guys tell us in the comments. I mean, those of you who are from older generations, a comment like that, when are you going to do something that makes you happy, Mom? I mean, if that really struck the right nerve and Mom was having a bad enough day, that could have very easily turned into a pop. I mean, maybe not so much nowadays, but back in the day when face slaps and butt spanks were given out freely and generously.
They've had their fair share.
Okay, well, hello. But yeah, I mean, easily that could have been discounted. And that, I think, is what we mean, or what it means, to not miss the lessons, to not miss. I mean, even if you want to take this to a very deep spiritual, is God talking to us through our kids? Is that where we pray? Does he talk back through people to you? I don't know. That's something you have to ask. And I'm sure we could debate this. Obviously, our scripture thumpers are going to pull out on all and say, yes, that's exact. Look, that's up for you to determine. The point here is, what is happening in your life that could be creating shifts, creating new perspectives, giving you a new perspective on your life. I mean, I tend to believe 90% of business is attitude. And that means both my attitude dealing with challenges in my life, but also my attitude towards other people, making them want to do business with me, buy from me. I mean, am I negative all the time, or am I finding solutions? Absolutely. And I just commend you. That was a little bit of a long way to get to. I commend you for taking that feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. It really makes you, because then it made me reflect on, I always had the mindset of this is what you do. Like, we go to college, we get a job. My dream was to teach and coach and change lives of kids. And I did that in my 8 years. But when I kept looking at it, I was like, now I'm just getting by. I'm I'm crying before I go in the school because I'm like, what's going to happen today and how am I going to feel? But it was, well, this is what I have to do, right? I have to go to work to make money to provide for my family. And so it was just kind of at that point, I'm in survival mode. I'm not really there. And so he is, I mean, he prays every night. And I love that his heart is, he now asks me, Mom, can I see your reel? How's it doing? Did you get any new followers today? He's all in. And it's just so amazing that he could see that on me, say it, and now see the benefits of me being able to be home, pick them up from school. I've never been able to do that. Never been able to walk them to school or pick them up or go to lunch with them or be at all of their things because I would have to find a sub and I would have to, do all the things. And now he sees that. And our relationship, I think, has grown from that as well, which is, I didn't realize. I had my blinders on. I thought I was doing what I needed to do to provide for my family. And he was definitely the start of that. And my husband was the finisher because he's an entrepreneur. He owns his own business. And his take is, so what? If you fail, you fail. If you don't try, then you can't sit here and complain about it. So he was very supportive in all the things. He's like, I got this. I'm the man. I can provide. You don't have to stress about it. Just go in full force and see what happens. And so that's not normal for me. I'm the by the book. I need a plan. I need and he's just fly by the seat of your pants and go for it. And that was very new to me, all of it.
And that's what, and I think for you ladies, most men are like that. We are pretty laid back. I mean, I know perhaps some of you may not have men who are laid back and sometimes we don't know how to be supportive. I mean, sometimes we don't know the words. We feel it, but we don't know how to show it. And we don't know how to,
You want to fix it.
We do want to fix it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We want to fix it for you. And we want to take it away from you and say, I got this. And there's a different vibe to saying, you got this. And if you need my help, let me know, but I'm here and I got you. And I think it's okay to teach people. For some of you ladies right now who are listening to this saying, oh man, they're hitting the nail on the head right now. It's also okay to train people how to treat you. It's okay as you're learning new skills in entrepreneurship and personal development to communicate to your partner, to take a leadership role. Doesn't mean that you need to, as woman, take over head of household and be masculine. It just means that you are communicating, this is what makes me feel loved and supported. I'm going to do something right now. I'm pretty dead set on doing it. And you don't need to take it from me. You don't need to fix it, solve it. But in letting him know what your words, or excuse me, what your love language is, how you feel love. Is it words of affirmation? What can he do to help make you feel loved and supported? And like you say, it's so often, and it's almost never taking it away and fixing it totally for you, but more. And I was talking about this with my best friend last night at Father's Day. We were chatting. It's more letting our women know we see them. We see that it's hard. We know that they're going through some stuff right now. We're proud of them, and we're here for them. And we're here for it. Man, that'll change. And it takes us so long to learn that. And I still haven't totally learned that. But my point is that it's okay for us entrepreneurs who are taking on communication, leadership, trying to get better in these areas, to train our spouses, to train the people in our lives, how to treat us, how to support us. I mean, you guys are going to have to be directing your teams. If you have anybody ever that works for you, you're going to have to be able to give them clear, concise feedback. say what you mean what you say, not be mean when you say it. I mean, one of the best people to ever watch about this, you want to see a woman who's divinely good at communicating exactly what she wants and in the most concise way, and doing it in such a loving, caring way that even when she tells you no, you're like, I love you, thank you. And that's Lori Grenier on Shark Tank. You watch her communicate. You watch her communicate, and what she's doing, Shark Tank's the perfect way, the perfect environment to watch this, because she's constantly telling people no.
Yeah.
So you get to see her communicate. I'm telling you, if you guys want to see high-level people communicating, saying no to people, Shark Tank is really a great show to see that. And again, sometimes you can learn different things from places that, if you're looking at different things. I always was amazed by that with Lori. So anyways, so happy that you've got a supportive husband. What comes up for anything else for you around this?
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it on the head with communication. That's in all that you do. Communication is key, and that support. I wouldn't have done it if it wouldn't have been for the support. Because I would have just stuck to I think that's
of him or this. You wouldn't have done it without the support of what?
My family, him pushing me, my family.
Yeah, no, it's important. I think we don't talk about the importance of having your family and your life, people behind you, but it also how it's your responsibility to sell them on the vision and it's not their responsibility to automatically support everything that we do. Because especially as entrepreneurs, we can be very tangential with our escapades. We're all over the place. And also with even talking to them, we're all over the place. A lot of us are, so being
on the flip side. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you tell me on the flip side.
I was going to say on the flip side, my family, like my mom and my dad, when I told them that I was leaving teaching, they didn't understand, because what they grew up like, you like I said, you go to school, you get your job, and that's what you do forever. Like, they never changed jobs. And so telling them that I was leaving, and I didn't really tell them what I was doing because they didn't understand. They didn't, I think my mom even said, like, what are you going to do then? Like,
yeah, right.
You can't do anything. I'm like, but I can. Like, there's other things that I could do. And so to this day, they don't even know. But I have had that side of like, not that they don't support me, because they don't technically know what I'm doing, but they didn't necessarily support the decision for me to leave teaching. And so it is that balance, and is that struggle of, okay, they don't really understand what I'm doing. They think I'm just at home twiddling my thumbs, not working. But so it is hard. And it was in my mind, like, should I do this? Because my parents will disapprove. Like, they'll see that I'm not doing anything. But I have, like, no, this isn't for them. It's for me. It's for my family. This is what I'm choosing to do. And so it was a struggle for a while of, supportive and not supportive. So I understand the people that are struggling with those that may not understand and may not support you. So that's there as well.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's a challenge, and it's a great one, because it brings it evolves your relationships. It teaches you how to, communicate. I mean, this is the key to life, really. I mean, it really, not only, I mean, we go off the deep end here. I mean, it's the key to civilization surviving is language. I mean, I get so obsessed about language, because if you look at every single thing, if you were doing like, at least, I mean, health stuff is it's not as verbal, but if you look at the three main things, health, wealth, and relationships, right? Those are kind of the three main pillars in life. If you look at 2 out of 3 of those pillars, you basically succeed at them by becoming really good at communicating. Wealth and relationships.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not saying that there's not people who aren't good communicators but in this business anyways, I mean, in marketing, it is about communication. It is. I mean, I'm sure you could find jobs where people got rich that they didn't communicate, but most people get rich doing deals or owning businesses, and that requires communication. Relationships, same exact thing. For you to have a thriving relationship, you have to be it hinges on communication, or it either thrives or survives. Through lack of communication and just kind of people existing together or coexisting. But any relationship that's going to thrive is going to thrive solely, strictly. I mean, unless you're way uncompatible, which is a thing, right? Somebody really feels loved by physical touch, the other really feels loved by gifts, and it's like you guys can't connect. That's a possibility, but
Through
usually
communication, you can make it work, though.
if you talk about it,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So
I've seen a lot of relationships crumble, and it's due to lack of communication. And that is, I feel that's something that my husband has brought out of me too. I think I shut down and I want to crawl in a hole, but he was like, no, we need to talk about this. And that's the ultimate. I mean, I 100% agree with you. And young 20-year-old me, teenage me would have been like, no way, I'm going to go hide. I'm going to crawl away from my problems. And I'm not going to talk about it. But, and we're still working on it. It's not something that you just perfect and it's perfect. You always have to work on it, because you're going to revert back to those ways sometimes. But I 1,000% communication, 100%. Like you said, business and relationships. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't the key. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I really think that, definitely it's the key to our relationships surviving as entrepreneurs, right? And look, I've been in failed relationships too. I mean, you look at, which is so hard, right? You look at your you look at your life, and you unfortunately realize that you learn a lot of your lessons through your failures, so that's the one thing that is very true about that. Let me send this link over here. We had somebody who said she joked around on the show. Sarah, if you're on, I just DM'd you a link. She joked around, Sarah Thompson, about wanting to join the convo. So we'll see if she actually. I called her bluff. I called her bluff.
I just saw that pop up.
Yeah, we'll see if she has, if she was really serious. If not, we'll have her on and we can do a part 2. But it really is. We don't talk enough about how to navigate relationships and entrepreneurship. I mean, there's so many lessons that I've learned along the way about how to what to do, what not to do inside of a relationship. And again, many of them have come from failures and just lessons learned. But one of the things we're so quick to do is to integrate and want to go work with our spouse or our partner, and it's like keeping separation between church and state can also be a great thing as well. You know what I mean? You don't always have to bring your person into your business and make them your executive assistant or your, business partner or whatever. Look who it is.
Hello.
What? So now hold on a second. Are you going to come on here and spill some? I want to know what Jay's love language is. I want to talk about Jay.
It's not going to surprise you. Jay is 3 hours away building a church on a mission trip right now. So he showed up last night and they were like, I hear you're a worker. And everybody
He's a service guy. His love language is acts of service.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yours is, let me guess, words of affirmation, quality time.
So how Jay shows me love, how I like to be shown love, is acts of service and quality time, which is why Jay and I are so good, because he does everything.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, he does.
For Jay is probably quality time. And whenever I say this, people are like, "Ooh, that's gross," but physical touch is probably
Me too. Come on, talk about it. Most guys are. I mean,
Yeah.
touch
But
us
it's
and we're
not
like, ah,
gross.
you
Like,
know,
it's
I
not
love
always
you.
like a sexual thing, but like for me to like hug Jay randomly, like he likes that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I have to remember to do that because that's not me. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
No, I'm very touchy-feely too. I mean, and look, I think I was talking with my girlfriend earlier and we were talking about how humans are like cats. I mean, she has two cats that are total opposite personalities. I mean, one of them just can't get enough of you and just wants to lay on you all day. And the other just, it like she literally told me that Bambi crawled up on her the other day and just laid on her. And when she told me that, I was like, really? Is she okay? Like, I mean, they're so polar opposites, right? And humans are like that too. Actually, guys, we are like that too. So what makes you feel loved and supported from your partner as you're building your business is maybe not going to be the same thing as the next person. But it can be important for you to try to figure that out because not only I think is it important to figure out what your love language is. So like, for example, if it is words of affirmation, you can tell your partner, say, I'm speaking as a woman, you correct me if I'm wrong. I don't need you to solve it, honey. I just need you to tell me that you're proud of me and that you got me. If
or
that's
just listen.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just listen.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not only about training them, but it's also about we're so selfish sometimes when we start a business or that when we start anything. And we forget about what can I do to make you feel loved and supported as I'm going off starting this new thing that may make you feel a little insecure. Like, damn, where are you going? You know, you off starting this thing. You gonna remember the little people when you get all big and famous. Who knows what feelings? I don't know what it's like to be on that side, but that can be probably very validating for partner to say, "Oh, I know this can be scary." I don't know. Have you ever had that conversation, Sarah?
Well, as I was listening this morning to y'all's conversation at masterminds, people have told me when I talk about how supportive Jay was. I mean, he's just my biggest fan, and I'm not trying to brag or be cheesy. He just believes in me. And whenever I was thinking about, purchasing coaching after my, 4 years ago, my little front end offer, he never hesitated. He was like, Sarah, you wouldn't be bringing this to me if you didn't think you could do it. I'm all in for you. Like, what do you need me to do? Like, there's just so much to that. And when people tell me my spouse really doesn't support me or my spouse doesn't believe in me, of course, I can't give marriage advice or anything, but I think the best way to prove them wrong is to just do it and show them, number one, that you're committed to it. And then like celebrate your small wins with them, because don't make your only way that you're successful making $20,000. Like you got to have small wins that you can share with your spouse. Like, I know you didn't really believe in me, but I just want you to know that in 2 weeks, like, I actually know what I want to promote to people and I feel really good about it and I'm excited. That's a win. And you should share that with your spouse so they see that you're winning. Because if you've told them, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make money, they'll start supporting you more if they see your small wins along the way. Because money is the ultimate goal. I totally get that. But there's so many tiny steps in between. And if you don't celebrate those small things in between and stay motivated, then your tank is going to get empty and their tank already needs to be filled a little bit. So, and I don't mean to like sabotage Katie's. I love me some Katie Stoner. I feel like we should be sisters or something. But I just think that that's so big. I think so many people focus on the big, like I'll celebrate when I can quit my job. And I just think with my, the people I help, I'm like, no, it is a huge win when you figure out what your niche is. It is a huge win whenever you have that aha moment. And I've been telling everybody, I texted Dave last week to tell him how awesome I thought the AI challenge was. Like, I did not have really time to go through that. But as soon as I started it, I was like, holy crap. I told Dave, I sent him a text and I was like, Dave, this is awesome. Like, I really think it might be one of the best courses I've ever taken because it's boom, boom, boom. And I've been telling all my clients about it. Like, it's a huge win to know what you want to promote and how to promote it and what your next step is. Because so many times people get fumbled up and everything else when really you just need to know the next step. Sorry, I could just so all day.
Well, I love that you said that. And really, honestly, my biggest wins have been more time with my family and walking my son to school and picking him up and him running into my arms every day. It like 100 days, he's still running there because I'm there. And to me, that is just a huge win. Like, it's not money related at all, but the fact that he knows that his mom is going to pick him up every day is what it's all about. It's just, I mean, my biggest wins are time.
Yeah.
That's my success, is time with my family and being able to be there and watch my kids like just be happy that I'm there.
Yeah. When Daly's 15 now, almost 16, when she was little in elementary school, I read an article that said so many moms want to be stay-at-home moms when their babies are babies. And I get that. I'm not diminishing that at all. But in this article, it was a Christian article, and it's like, but really, when kids need their parents to be stay-at-home parents or stay-at-home moms is when they start middle school, because they're old enough to have time freedom. So they're old enough to get off the bus and come home by themselves. That's when they get in trouble. That's when they need somebody to talk to. And that's when they turn to other things if you're not there. And so, which Daly, I think, was in 8th grade, 7th grade when I was able to quit my job. But same, I love that I'm the one in that stupid pickup line. Now, it takes a huge chunk out of my life.
Pickup line.
I mean, and I have a 9-year-old too, and like, he's more talkative. But I have found that Daly, if she's in the car with me, she doesn't want to share a whole lot, but every now and then she'll get in the car and she'll tell me her good news, or she'll cry and tell me what hurt her feelings. Whereas had I been at work all day and I got home 2 hours later, she would have already moved past that. I'd be worried about supper. Like, same, Katie. Those are my wins. Yes, I want to build a multi-million-dollar company. I want to help everybody else in the whole world learn about passive income and make more money. But my ultimate goal, my God ordained goal right now, is to be an excellent mom. And so the money can be secondary.
Absolutely.
And I think that point that you just made was a nuance that was brilliant. And I think it is cool. People are okay with less money now in the benefits of staying home, especially now that so many people have gotten a taste of what working from home is like. And most companies are not allowing that anymore. And the job market is tough right now. There's not a ton of work from home jobs and stuff like that. So being an entrepreneur, if you have to, I think we, traveling the world and yada, yada. I think most of us realize that if you have kids, that's not a reality. You're not going to be traveling all the time like a digital nomad, right? I mean, let's just drop that whole song and dance. Maybe in your 20s, and if you guys don't have kids yet, cool, travel it up. I've traveled too, and it's cool. It's, I mean, I think it's better to kind of stay focused and build, which was the nuance that you added a moment ago, Sarah, I believe. And I think that was brilliant, because my kids actually started school at 1, and it was not a burden for them to go to school. As a matter of fact, being able to pay for and have the money for them to go to, we chose a Montessori school for them, and they thrived. It was the best decision that we ever made. And I am able to be in the pickup line. I mean, as a matter of fact, I just dropped my kids off last night. I had my kids 50% of the time. I had them last night for Father's Day, took them and dropped them off this morning. But that, you're right. That's the priceless time. If you want to homeschool, that's fine. That's really a personal choice. I don't have an opinion on that. I don't have enough knowledge on it, and I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that.
Either. It's not my niche.
I'm not built for that, dog. That ain't my niche either. I need some space. There's some.
I'm a teacher, and I'm not built for that.
There are some teachers at this school that my kids go to who are like angels. I mean, and I'm just like, man, you guys are built for that. I love you for that, and I'll pay you for that. You deserve lots of money for that, more than you're getting paid. But anyways, being able to be there for them after school, like you say, that is the real gift, friends. And I think a lot of times we have so much guilt and shame about when we go to entrepreneurship. We think it means extreme disconnect from everything in society. And I don't believe it has to be like that. And I appreciate you bringing that up, because my kids always went to school and it was the best thing they ever did. And best thing we ever did for them. And we sent them to Montessori school, but then being able to be available in those hours right after school. You're right. Those car rides from school to dance, being available for those. That's the magic. Being available to coach T-ball. That's the magic. Just being able to be at the baseball field. That's the magic. The rides to and fro. You can become successful. I was really successful with a nanny. Didn't see my kids a lot because I thought I needed to be so busy. So I've also seen that side of life, and nothing as sweet as simplifying and doing what you're talking about. Sarah, I think you brought that up, and Katie, you're vibing right here, and that's what you want too, right?
Absolutely. And I was one that I said I would never stay at home or even work from home. Like I'm not, I need the people to thrive. And I've learned that if I tell God I'm not going to do something, he's going to turn around and make me do it. Because that's happened several times in our life. I said, we'll never move to Texas. We're in Texas. We'll never live in this town. We're in this town. And so I always thought, I was like, I don't know how people do it. You can't, like, how do you stay at home? How are you around your kids all the time or this or that? And I didn't think that I was built for that. I thought I was to go to work and provide and do all those things. And now that I've switched that with the support of my family, because I would have never done it. I would have never done a lot of things if it weren't for my husband pushing us to say, no, you can. He believes in me 100% more than I believe in myself. And I just wouldn't have gotten to experience it. And I wouldn't have had those times and those moments with my children. I'm a carpool line at the very end. My kid gets picked up last. But the conversations, Sarah, you're 100% right. The conversations that my 11-year-old that's more intelligent and more God-fearing and loving than I am, I learned so much from him in those 10 minutes on the drive home. And I would have never had that opportunity. Never.
So, you know what you said, because I was the same. I always thought I'd work and I wanted to work. I never had a problem with working.
Yeah.
I see this big thing, especially in moms and probably dads too. I just talk to more moms. People feel so guilty over changing their plan, because I really feel like we are so institutionalized in high school that you must go to college, you must get a job, you must do that your whole life. And the thing that you choose to go to college for is that's your whole life path.
Yeah.
So like, I loved working in physical therapy. I know it was what I should have done, but things changed and I changed, and that's okay. There is no guilt in that. Like it is okay to change. It is okay to want one thing in your 20s and another thing in your 30s. And like, well, I mean, I'm not talking about everything, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for your plans to change. And plan B, like, is sometimes better than plan A, because, you know, we make plans and God laughs. But I see so many people having so much guilt, and I feel like they allow themselves to stay stuck because they're like, oh no, I can't. I'm a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher when I was 18. And so I'm 45. And so I'm still a teacher, and I have to be a teacher, and my life can't change because I'm a teacher. But it can. And if you just allow yourself quicker to get out of your head and allow that shift to happen, you're going to be much happier, because forcing yourself to stay happy in a situation that you know you're not happy in, it's just really, it's like you fighting with your mind, the battlefield of the mind. We could talk about that all day too. But
absolutely. And I think the fear of failing, but if you're not, like, some people think too, if you're struggling, they think you're failing. No, you're learning. And that as a teacher too, like, if you're making mistakes, you're learning. And that I said that all the time. Like, if you knew how to do everything right, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't need a job. You wouldn't need me. You're going to make mistakes along the way, but that doesn't mean you're failing. You're learning, and you're going to continue. The only way you fail is if you quit.
Oh, yep.
And so you keep going, and you struggle, and you make mistakes, and you learn, and you grow. That's what I've done for the past 10 months. Like, nothing has been perfect, and it won't be, because you just continue to struggle, learn from it, make changes, and grow from there.
Yep. Yeah, it's this is church this morning, folks. So you're getting a little extended service here on a Monday morning. Hopefully it's music to your ear. Sarah, thanks for jumping on with such
Yeah.
quick notice. You know, we saw you, we loved you, and we wanted to talk to you. So
I don't have any makeup on, so thanks for that.
hey, no problem. I couldn't tell. I didn't have time to put my makeup on this morning either. So.
I could tell, Dave. It shows.
Yeah, I know. It's unbelievable, this face. All right. Well, hey, Sarah, have a fantastic Monday. We'll talk to you soon. Stay legendary, my friend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. All right. Well, Katie, I mean, take us home here. What advice do you have? I mean, first time on Wake Up Legendary. I mean, the business is taking off here. You're in alignment with your spouse. Like, life is good. Life seems good. What are you focused on to make sure that you can keep it going? And what advice do you have for somebody who's listening this morning, maybe at the beginning?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you got to keep going. And you got to find someone in your corner. If it's not your spouse, find a friend. But I think, like Dave said, communication, find your person, don't give up. I could have given up, and you can ask him how many voice messages, times that I was just like, Kim, this is hard. And it's going to be hard, but you're going to get there. And it's about the journey, and everybody's journey is different. It's not going to be something that's overnight. And you've got to keep going, and you've got to believe in yourself. Sorry, I got distracted by Kim's comment. She's awesome. But yeah, I just think, if you don't, like, I started with not believing in myself, and my husband did, and he kept me going, and it turned into me believing in myself, and then seeing the benefits of that in my family and my children. And like I said, far more than money, those are the things that I look for every day, and I count on, and that bring me joy. That's what it's about, is living out your joy, finding your purpose, and living it.
Well, that fits just magically. And so, Katie, what a wonderful first time appearance. Looking forward to many more in the future. That's how we do this around here. If you'll, of course, remember us peasants as you continue to get, more successful. So please do. We love having you here, and we love when, you want to come and give back like you did this morning. So thanks for taking the time to do it. And congrats to you. Congrats to your family. What's your husband's name?
Sean.
John?
Sean.
Shout out, Sean. Shout out, Sean. You're doing it. Keep doing you, brother. Keep doing you. You're making her happy and feel supported, and we're benefiting from that. So thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. All right, Katie. Have a great Monday. Stay legendary, my friend, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
All right. Bye.
See you. Bye. All right, my friends, you can find Katie over on Instagram at Living Your Joy. Living Your Joy, exactly as she said. And if you haven't heard, we are doing a mastermind September 5th, 6th, and 7th, Nashville, Tennessee. You can see the cowboy hat on my head. I'm getting ready. I got my Spurs. I got my, not assless chaps, friends. This is not one of those kind of events. But I've got my Wrangler jeans. I've got, of course, my cowboy, big old belt buckle. Now, I got that in Austin. Okay. And I got my alligator boots. So, who knows? I might expand my collection and kind of bring something. People thought I was a daring and courageous man to come out on stage with I actually wore a suit, and they were tucked into my boots. It was a gangster move. Men couldn't believe it was done, but I did it. I came out on stage like that. You never know what you're going to see at a mastermind. You're definitely going to learn some stuff. I can guarantee that. So go to legendarymarketermastermind.com/Nashville and grab your ticket. And of course, you've heard about the AI challenge, which is taking over the internet. I just got a call from President Xi over in China, who told me that he talked to President Trump about it here in America. It was the main topic of their discussion and negotiations over the weekend was the AI Business Builder Challenge. So that's looking, I mean, we didn't even ask for their attention, nor do we want it, but it's happening. So get in, see what everybody's talking about from here all around the world. And it is true. We do have, although President Xi and Trump weren't actually talking about the AI challenge, we do have people enrolling in it all over the world. So that part is true. Go and check it out. You can go to AIBusinessBuilderChallenge.com. If you're an affiliate, and we're still running, we're still pushing. We didn't forget about Project 100X in our affiliate group. We still see you. We're still going right up to July 5th, which is when that 100-day mark is. The bottom line and the whole point of that was to get you guys posting, just putting out multiple pieces of content, 100 pieces of content per month. So think about that. If you've listened this morning to Katie and Sarah and all of this stuff is exciting to you, think of yourself as a media company, right? Think of yourself going into this as, I'm a media company, right? I need to publish things. I need to publish ads and videos, and I need to get things out on the internet that can help drive traffic to my links and offers. And the beautiful thing is you can publish something that will take off, right? And that people will, you know, the internet, do your thing, right? We teach you how to make that happen. And of course, in the AI challenge, we teach you how to use AI, learn how to use AI while learning about online marketing, and also learning how to make the two work together for you so you can be more productive. It's not going to take over your life and make it so just money falls out of the sky, but it's going to show you how to essentially identify your strengths, pick a niche, build a business plan for you, and lay all of the how-to all out for you to execute on. So it's powerful. Go check it out, AIBusinessBuilderChallenge.com. Meet us in Nashville at legendarymarketermastermind.com/Nashville. Those are the two things. And of course, thanks again, Katie, for an amazing episode. Get out of here, my friends. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another one. Peace.